Start right out with the One County, One Book, Brown Girl Dreaming. What is that about? Karen Bradley is with us, and Carmel Patrick.
Well, it's a memoir, Anne,
Okay.
by an award-winning. She won the National Book Award for Young Adult Literature, Jacqueline Woodson, and it's told in verse. And it's a beautiful story of her growing up in the 60s and 70s. So it kind of goes back and forth between South Carolina and Brooklyn. And so it's just
So you're talking the North and the South.
the North and the South, and kind
Yeah.
of like one leg in each place,
Yeah.
and what that was like growing up during that time period in our history of our
So
country.
it's a biography, would you say?
Yes, it's her memoir as a young girl.
Yeah, okay.
And it covers the period of which she is a young girl. She also has a wonderful collection of other award-winning books from picture books. So
Oh, really?
it's wonderful to have an author that has a broad range for our community.
Right. Karen Bradley is the director of the Schenectady County Public Library, and with her, she's about Carmel Patrick. And Carmel is the chair of the One County, One Book. And she's also on the Board of Trustees. You're chairman of the Board of Trustees, or
Yes,
you're right up
yep,
there? Yeah.
new role.
Great, how much fun. Yes. What a great place to be. I love the library, as you all know. I'm all there all the time. So what other activities, Carmel, do you have planned for the One County, One Book?
There's a whole range of activities. We have a few films that are being shown in conjunction with the book, which really is just such an incredible coming-of-age story that would be relevant for any of us at any age. But the films that are coming up, one is called Four Little Girls, one is called Selma, and we're excited about those. We have a poetry contest that's underway.
Because the book is written in verse.
It's written in
So
verse.
what a perfect way to bring the poetry in. And you also have usually a poetry slam, or whatever they call those things, where people...
At the end of the poetry contest, we'll be having a reading with the poems. We also have, obviously we're very excited that the author herself will be with us on April 4th to do some work in the schools, but also a public discussion.
You're fortunate to get her to come here.
And that
We're
is
very
really,
excited,
we're really,
actually.
the Friends of the Schenectady County Public
They're
Library really
wonderful. They raise
support.
money and then they just spend it right back again. Right?
Exactly.
Give it right back.
Exactly. So, but there's also a book discussion on April 2nd with Professor Eileen Abrams from SCCC. Will be talking about the book. So we're hoping a lot of book groups, a lot of folks will read the book and come together to discuss
talk about it. And it's so nice when you've read the book and then you hear the author speak, then you know exactly where that's coming from. Now, are there enough books in the library?
We do have a lot of books.
Yeah.
We do make book kits available.
Okay.
People can certainly reserve a copy on their own library card.
Okay.
But groups have been getting a hold of the book. Schenectady City Schools has a very large number of middle school students that will be reading the book, about 400, 500 students.
Oh, wonderful.
And that program is going to be held at the Mount Pleasant Middle School auditorium. They'll bus the students in. So they'll hear the author in the afternoon, and then the whole community can come that evening. It's going to be at the GE Proctor's
Is that
Theater.
a free event, or do they pay?
Always free.
Always free, okay.
Always free. All library programs, thanks to our friends.
Yeah, to the Friends of the
Celebrating
Library.
their 50th. So we're excited that it's going to be here at Proctor's. And free, open to the public, 7 o'clock on April 4th, on Monday evening.
How exciting to have an author, a national author, come here. And I know that when you choose a book, you usually try and... Well, you don't choose the book, first of all. What is the process?
Well, actually, this year the book was chosen. You know, this was a big year for us. We just opened our new Family Literacy Center.
Isn't that wonderful?
The Phillips Branch Library and Literacy Center. And so having a focus on literacy for the community was really very important. And we wanted a book that would be accessible and easily read by many. It's also beautifully done in audio. The author actually reads it.
I was just going to say, you have
It is, and I'm not an audiobook fan myself.
Oh,
but
I am.
You really need to listen to the book, Anne.
Yeah.
We have copies at the Central Library. You need to
Yeah,
get
I was
one.
at the library the other day, and I went out with a stack like this, audio on Play Away.
And it's just mesmerizing, her voice, and that period of time. I mean, she transports you. So,
Did she have a difficult time? A challenging time?
yes, I mean, her family. She started in Ohio, and then she ended up moving down south with her mother and siblings, and lived with her grandparents. So that was not an easy time. her
No,
mother.
the 60s is when the schools were just,
Her mother
yeah.
did leave the children down there with the grandparents, and she traveled up north to be established, and then the children did
Came
join her
afterwards, yeah,
afterwards.
yeah.
But
And a
she
lot
didn't
of
have an
people
easy
did that.
time. Actually, she didn't have an easy time academically.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's part of the story.
I think that that's another piece that ties in so well with everything that the library does around literacy. A really beautiful part of Jacqueline's story in this book is how she herself really discovered words, and how she really went from someone who wasn't strong academically, and she was sort of following in the footsteps of an older sibling who was sort of a rock star academically, but really came to treasure storytelling, treasure words, understand that reading was opening up a whole another part of life's adventure for her, and that's just incredibly beautifully told in this book. So I think that ties in with you know, all of the incredible work that Karen and her staff do in our community around literacy, and that's an important aspect of what's going to be happening at the new.
And I do want to mention that you have opened up the new.
We had an outstanding opening on Saturday, February 27th. A little over 1,000 people came that day, and it's a wonderful facility. And actually, several of One County One Book programs are being held at our new branch.
Good.
So our book discussion will be there on Saturday, April 2nd.
Wonderful.
In the afternoon. So we're very excited. And we have a service project with this called Grow a Reader. Each year, this is our 10th year, and we started in 2006 with Harper Lee, who just passed, To Kill a Mockingbird. So it's kind of remarkable 10 years later. So Grow a Reader, to get donations from the community for early learners, readers. So picture books and board books. So we have many community groups that are
Give the gift of reading. There it is.
Grow a Reader to donate.
So they can donate a book?
Donate a book. So
where can they get the books from? Anywhere? Or?
They can. The Open Door is, of course, one of our partners if they'd like to purchase a new book. And we're taking gently used books.
Gently used books,
So the Whitney Book Corner.
You don't wear out a book by taking the words
Carmel
off
can
the
tell you
paper.
about some of our other locations, groups.
We're actually open to new locations as well, but there's donation boxes around town. We have one at My-Sci. The Whitney has already filled one book with customers who have been coming in, doing their own shopping, and then also popping some books
book or two
into the box. Good. So again, folks can go to the library's website and find out more information about all the events, but in particular about the service project. And
I think
certainly
it's
there's
a great idea to get books into the hands of young people. Are these books available on Kindle or one of those? So if somebody wanted to download it,
yes,
they could
we
do
do
that
have
too.
it on ebook, and you can also download an audio for it. So we're pleased with that.
So
actually.
if you'd like to read the book and join in on some of the discussions, the book is called Brown Girl Dreaming. Is that right?
Brown Girl Dreaming.
And check it out and participate in some of the activities. I want to thank you both for being here. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you, Ann. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, come back again. Don't
Thanks,
be a stranger.
Ann.
Good.